Good morning, students. In our previous topic, we have discussed about the incidents which took place during 1789 to 1804. Here, we will discuss about the contribution of women in French Revolution. As we know, from the very beginning, women participated in the events which brought so many changes in the French society. And they participated in all these events due to this reason because they could hope with the revolutionary government that it would bring changes in their life. Most of the women of Third Estate had to work for the living. They worked as seamstresses, sold flour, fruits, vegetables. They worked as domestic servants also. Here, women had no access to education or job training. Their wages were lower than men. In this way, exploitation came to be seen here in different way. They started their own newspaper and formed their political clubs for demanding their rights. Basically, their main demand was equal political right. Among of these, right to vote, right to be elected for the assembly, and many others. The revolutionary government introduced laws and improved the life of the women. After the formation of political club, women political club, women condition improved and they start working as well as they could get education. They could take decision for their lives also. Revolutionary government made compulsory education for the girls. Finally, in 1946, women in France won the right to vote. For this, one of the prominent figure took place. Here, Olympe de Gouges. She was a women revolutionary who did a lot for the welfare of women. One more aspect was there of this time period, that was the abolition of slavery. Basically, slavery became an evil due to which many of the people in French society suffered a lot. So they had protested and demanded for the abolition of slavery. How it came to be seen in French society. Behind it, many of the causes were there. During the 17th century, population rose rapidly in European countries. To fulfill the demand of European country, food grain production was developed in Caribbean island. And to supply food grain or other commodity, they required labor to do plantation work. So for this purpose, when it became compulsory and the people were exploited and kept as slaves for a long time, They were used as indentured labor. So here, Jacobins revolted and they brought this social reform. So here, one of the most revolutionary social reform of Jacobin regime was the abolition of slavery. To supply lots of commodity like sugar, tobacco, indigo, coffee, labor were supplied from different part of the world. In this way, a triangular slave trade came to be seen in 17th century between the countries Europe, Africa and America. In this trade slave, port cities flourished. These were the ports like Bondrix and Nantes. Due to this reason, economic development came to be seen at these two ports. Throughout the 18th century, French people or revolutionary discussed about the abolition of slavery. The National Assembly had long debate whether the right of men should be extended or not. When they talked about this, the extension of rights, it did not pass in legislature. Finally, the convention, it legislated in 1794 to free all slaves. But this was a very short time period when the slaves could become free, because after 10 years, Napoleon came in France and he reintroduced slavery. Slavery was finally abolished in French colony in 1848 after many of the revolt, as it was demanded again and again in French colonies. So after a chain of revolt, they got their freedom in 1848. Thank you.